Hello. Still have a few seats left. In the mood? Hey, everyone needs a ticket. No exceptions. Sure you don't want a ticket? You seem interested.
Ticket, please.
The Theater Allure awaits you behind those doors.
Hello! Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Aldridge T. Abington. Thank you. Yes, Aldridge T. Abington. Few men have had a career more crowded with incident and various intercourse with the world than I. During extensive travel through this and foreign lands, I have procured a show so fantastical, there exists nothing like it. Anywhere. In an effort to bring this entertainment to even the poorest dreamer of dreams, I have determined the ticket price should be very low, and the show held without a profit. To me, it's true. For it is blessing enough to bring these gifted artists to you. I discovered this next act in a tiny village in Italy. Truly the most exotic of places in the world. He was just a 10-year-old boy. I raised him. I bathed him. I shaved him from head to toe. He is truly a wonder to behold, presenting Benjamin Lazarus!
Welcome to my incredible display of dark arts and mystical prowess, my dear ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's unfortunate fact that in this mortal coil we are all born to suffer from all manner of maladies in daily life. Who here has not had a friend or loved one near death's door from coal gas fumes, typhoid fever, diphtheria, or the bite of a rabid animal? The greatest wealth is your health. All the gold in the world cannot purchase it, and yet it is the most delicate and tenuous of all life's gifts. And nothing knocks down death's door faster than this. A man cannot outrun a bullet. Many fools have tried and failed in this endeavor, including the tonic salesman I caught betting my wife. I joke. I joke. I assure you, he has met his maker and they are playing gin rummy among the molten lava of Hades. I have traveled all around the world, delighting young and old with all manner of feats of amazement, but none are as dangerous as what I am prepared to attempt tonight. I will hand this Didi Packenbush revolver over to my assistant and stand at considerable distance across the stage. She will point the revolver at my head and pull the trigger using lightning-quick reflexes taught to me by a tiny man I met in the distant Orient. I will catch the bullet in my teeth. Yes, my teeth. To prove that these are indeed live rounds, if my sharpshooting assistant would be so kind as to shoot this bottle of Lally-Cola off my head.
This is insane.
Off my head.
Here we go!
Careful. I could do without a bullet in the brain right now.
Okay. Oh my god, you won!
Oh my God!
What's going on here?
That bit always scares me. Now, observe as I, the great Benjamin Lazarus, will do what no man has ever done and cheat death as if it were nothing.
What is he doing? Christ.
Love it.
Oh my God!
God save him!
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Let's do that again.
All right. Oh, I can't take it.
You're pulling my leg. This is a bunch of dang balderdash.
A skeptic.
I'm trying to watch the show.
And Benjamin Lazarus, I assure you, I am not participating in some hoax or carnival ruse. These bullets are 100% real.
Wow.
In fact, I challenge any member of the audience to come forward with their own firearm, and I will yet again display my uncanny skill to catch a bullet in my
Did you
teeth.
hear that?
Is no one man enough? Come on, someone stand up and take a shot.
Okay, okay. If nobody else is gonna expose this phony, then I will.
I trust you are a good shot, sir.
I can shoot a fly's wings off at 100 paces.
Excellent, my good man. Now, ready? Take aim
Fight is too much.
and fire.
Gonna knock his teeth out.
Is he okay?
Damn.
How did he do that? Believe, ladies and gentlemen, death is just an illusion after all.
Yes! Yes! Truly a feat of incredibility. I told you that boy would bring you all manner of personal satisfaction. He certainly does me. Now, I discovered this next remarkable woman in a lost jungle, deep in the wilds of Colombia, where they do not wear clothes. She breathes fire! Yes, she does! And for those with the universal and not unworthy curiosity, yes, I can attest, she does emit fire from almost every orifice in her body. Presenting Antoinette San Servino!
Be careful with that fire.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, incredible. It's still hot in here, huh? Incredible. Bravo. Though I must warn you, court her at your peril. She'll not nurse babies, she'd turn them into bacon. Thank you. Thank you. He liked that joke, yes. I discovered this next woman in the kingdom of Poland, where she sang by the roadside, subsisting on coppers tossed at her feet. Miss Robin Koninsky.
Hello! Thanks for joining us today. This here is a new song about a so-called modern improvement you may have become aware of called the telephone. This new machine will carry a facsimile of your voice from Blackwater to Valentine to Saint Denis, and they propose to distribute them to all manner of places so that no matter where you are, somebody is looking for you. A wise man prayed that one day we may all eventually be gathered together in a heaven of everlasting rest and peace and bliss, except for the inventor of the telephone, because someone is always calling, saying, hello, hello. I've got a little baby, but he's out of sight. I talk to him across the telephone. I can't see my honey, but he's mine all right. This gal just can't leave a man alone. Every single morning you will hear me yell. He central picks me up along the line. They connect me with my honey and I ring that bell. And this is what I say to baby mine. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own.
That girl can sing.
Hello? Your wife from Blackwater calling. Hello? This morning through the phone they said he'd been with Bess and told me exactly where he's at. Now I'm headed out of town to his address. That man better hold on to his hat. I sure do worry that the wires might get crossed and it will separate me from my baby mine. Then some other gal will win him and my game is lost. And so we say I shout along the line. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. Hello, hello.
Did you hear that? What a great song!
Hey, you remind me of my sister. Sexy.
You got the voice of an angel.
That was a great show.
Yeah. Woo! Woo-wee.
Oh, what a fine tune. She is a siren, singing from the rocks as men bash into them to their doom. Thank you for joining me for tonight's entertainment. I hope it has delayed for at least a moment the crushing and remorseless misery of this mortal coil. Good night, dream well, and come back soon.
Come on back later. I'm sure I'll have more tickets soon. Why don't you come on back tomorrow?
My wife is gonna leave me for a man she met at the dock.
Move!
Do you have a problem with me? Go there.
Okay, girl.
What's damn hold up? Get this shirt.
Ah, get out the way, you damn fool.
I trust everything's ready.
Renee has taken up with another house girl. Silly old fool.
Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?
Can I buy a ticket, please?
Head straight through those double doors.
Thank you! Thank you, hello! Greetings! Thank you for your obeisance. Truly, I am Aldridge T. Abington, tasked with bringing you the greatest show in Saint Denis, or for that matter, the whole world. I have the foresight and fortitude to bring you acts that, when exhibited together, comprise the most amusing actors, captivating performers, and feats of amazement for your emotional, spiritual, and psychological enhancement. My delight in acquisitiveness began at an early age, when I was the proprietor of a tiny dog circus, which tragically perished in a tavern fire. Yes, thank you. Oh, my little babies. But that's another story. Let us prepare now for a phenomenal evening! From my time in France, I met these lovely girls who would dance and expose their bloomers for a piece of molasses candy. Oh, what a delight. I bring you the girls of Petit Flaneur in Gay Paris. Majestic! Have you ever seen such a thing? I'm all a quiver, I can tell you. I bring you the most incredible singer of serpents this side of the swamp. Well, that's pretty good alliteration there. From La Grasse she is, speaking in that battered tongue, but bringing us a show unlike any other. The mysterious Maya.
Is that poisonous?
You crazy? I know how to dance with a snake too.
She's good with that.
You be quiet. I'm trying to enjoy the show.
Good damn it, you are drunk.
Leave me alone. I'll holler if I want to.
That snake doesn't look good.
I will kill you.
That is just something.
I like this exotic lady.
Come on, that's no way to handle it. You are crazy, lady.
Please stop that racket.
I see his mistress is here. It's truly unbelievable.
You're drunk on that rotten one every damn night.
Lord above, enough.
Holy hell!
That snake loves you.
Get him home, he's a mess. Is she really gonna kiss that thing?
Yeah, honey, kiss that snake. Go on, kiss it. Hey, she gonna French kiss.
We're just starting to have fun.
Whoa! Amazing! If only Eve danced so well with her devil, maybe humanity would still live in a garden of innocent grandeur rather than a pit of depravity and despair. While traveling in the hills of Bavaria, my olfactories were disturbed by a monstrous manure cart in front of me. I was surprised to find it wasn't pulled by a beast of burden, but instead by a mighty woman as strong as an ox. I present to you the great Hortensia.
Yeah.
Incredible! I hear that all the women of Bavaria undertake that very ritual on their wedding night. It has been my pleasure entertaining you this evening. Each day is one less until our last. Distraction is our greatest joy! Good night, until next time!
I'd come back later, I was you. Not much going on right now.
Might be rude.
Subject matter?
I hear games.
How do you do?
Hey, y'all.
Hello, dear. Madame?
This land of equality is a sham and a disgrace.
Come on.
Hey there! Looking for some entertainment?
I need a ticket, please.
The Theater Royale awaits you behind those doors.
Greetings, gentlefolk! Welcome to my show. I am Aldridge T. Abington, bringer of daily entertainment that will enchant you. I have traveled the world, seeking delights and amusements, visiting every city, town, hamlet, and village of importance. I have seen dogs that can fly, monkeys that can sew, and a half-man that, despite being an addle-headed fop, could juggle and please a harem at the same time. It's true! Now, let's get down to it! This remarkable woman first attained notoriety seducing alligators out of the swamp and into a pot of stew. Her snake dance will leave you questioning allegory. The mysterious Maya. You now understand her unbounded popularity and why she receives so many gentlemen callers. I am honored to present to you the greatest escape artist ever to live. Compositions have been written about his incredible feats of wonderment. I cannot delay this congregation one more second of experiencing the phenomenal display of the one and only Benjamin Lazarus!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the remarkable Benjamin Lazarus, the most incredible entertainer the world has ever seen. I have delighted concert saloons, variety theaters, and dime museums. I have just returned from London, where audiences stood riveted for an entire hour as I attempted to escape a pair of handcuffs. Yes, I am the king of handcuffs. But tonight, as promised in the stories you've read in the newspaper, I will introduce my latest invention. This steamer trunk of death! Now, you are aware I can escape from any contraption. In fact, I offer $10 to anyone who can fashion a device that can hold me. $10! Right. That's a week's wages. A piano maker has tried and failed. Why, I even went to the sheriff and dared him to lock me in jail so I could escape. He wouldn't do it. I performed jail escapes completely without clothes, and he still declined, knowing that no jail can hold me. Oh my God. Let me thoroughly explain my apparatus. It is a specially made steam steamer trunk manufactured in Pittsburgh. It contains 3 impenetrable locks, reinforced steel bands, and inside are razor-sharp daggers that forbid me to move even 1 inch. Finally, my assistant will place this device over my face that will not allow me to breathe. I can hold my breath longer than anyone in the world, but I cannot hold it forever. Now, I do not foresee any accident happening, but we know in life accidents do happen. Babies arrive, bones are broken from a horse kick, worse, are started. This is my most dangerous escape yet, and should anything go wrong while I am attempting to escape and it is impossible for me to breathe, let me assure you my assistant is trained in case of an emergency and will rush in with an axe to save my life. I pray that does not have to happen. Now, I encourage you to hold your breath with me as I enter this steamer trunk of death. But I ask you, is it a case or a casket?
Oh my God, I can't watch.
Oh God, careful.
Oh my God!
Is he okay? What's happening? Where'd he go?
How did he do that?
I have escaped!
No way!
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Yes,
I'm
thank
staying.
you, thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Remember, time and space are just an illusion. Death can be cheated.
How did he do it? Oh, incredible! Thank you for your positive accolades. I put on an incredible show, don't I? Incredulous, awe-inspiring. I encourage any man in this audience who has a high opinion of himself to square off with our next act. She is the strongest woman alive. Presenting Miss Hortensia from the deepest of Bavaria.
She's not really a lady.
this country, from New York to San Francisco to Blackwater. No man can defeat me. Many have tried, and all have failed. Is there any man in this audience who thinks he can take me on? I will make you the laughing stock of this town. Come up on this stage and fight me.
Come on, someone, have a go.
Come on, get up here.
Some fella gonna knock you sideways.
Will no one accept my challenge? Step up into the spotlight. Come on!
All right, then. I'll take you on.
Ah, my next victim.
Don't do it.
You got this.
She's gonna knock his teeth out.
I can't wait. Show her who the man is. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this, little lady. I've had about enough of your mouth. Shouldn't you be making me some vittles right now?
I'll make you into some vittles. Come on!
Yeah?
Yeah!
Lucky I had me some whiskey.
Yeah, what's the matter?
Yeah. All right, I'm done playing around with you.
I'm not done. Come on! I'll Come on! Right here, give it all you got!
Yeah?
Yes!
God damn it. I'm done toying with you.
Get up! No man in this town can defeat me!
What grand entertainment watching a reversal of the sexes. We've had a stupendous evening for sure. It is a pleasure to join you in such merriments. These are the bright spots in our lives, which often terminate without sense or meaning. We are deluded into assuming it was in any way interesting. Be well, good night. Oh, we have a new show tomorrow.
Why don't you come on back tomorrow?
Come on, folks. All aboard. We are departing soon. Everyone on board.
Let's go. I got places to be.
Welcome. Here for a show?
Can I buy a ticket, please?
Head straight through those double doors.
evening! Hello, yes, thank you. I am, as you well know, Aldridge T. Abington. My prosperous career as the greatest showman on Earth is well known from Russia to France, and especially London, where I receive very warm acknowledgments and once entertained the great Queen herself in a manner I cannot discuss further. Yes, you are about to witness the grandest of shows. Up next, a goddess of fire. Her dance will mesmerize you and drive a sharp bargain for your soul. Antoinette Sanservino. Yes! Yes, she's something, isn't she? You know, I once tried to woo her, but she managed easily to elude my efforts by setting my top coat aflame. Ow, ow. Anyway, I met this next remarkable lady on a steamer bound for Morocco, where they have the queerest and most delightful tobaccos one should ever partake in. She is unrivaled with a sword, and her dance will captivate you. The mysterious Maya. lovely? Isn't she lovely? The thighs of an angel, the charms of the devil. This next act has delighted audiences around the world. He is the greatest magician alive, especially as many have died attempting feats of escape. Presenting Benjamin Lazarus.
Thank you, Madame and Monsieur. Thank you all. I am the great Benjamin Lazarus, cheater of death, revealer of truth, and without a doubt, the world's finest escape artist. Death, madness, it is all around us. A beautiful wife of 14 years old suddenly dies of colic and pleurisy. A wealthy man goes mad and hacks his family to bits.
Oh my God.
Why? The mind is weak, and yet it imprisons us all. Tonics and liquors keep the spirit buoyant as we all suffer all kinds of maladies in this life. These days, you are just as likely to die a man of 12 years old as you are a man of 42 or more. Now, you can easily ascertain by simple observation that those who live to an old age are not from the wealthier classes. Midnight banquets of highly seasoned food and champagne are not invigorating influences. They are excesses that promote premature decay. A decay that begins first in here. In the mind. You may have heard that in the mental wards of asylums, they keep the most violent and insane patients in a straight jacket. A piece of clothing used to restrain them so they don't injure themselves or others. It was invented in France 110 years ago. And tonight, you may deem me as suffering from some lunacy, as I am going to undress. And my assistant will put me inside this straight jacket.
Jesus Christ.
Yes! Very good. I shall stand on this wooden stool and attempt to break free. However, I must be careful, as I will have this hangman's noose around my neck while doing so.
Oh my God.
Surely, no man alive can escape such a prison. Well, no man apart from me.
Yeah! God damn.
Now, this jacket is tightly sewn and composed of cloth that cannot be ripped by the wearer.
Oh my God!
I am completely bound and unable to move. I must warn any women present who are prone to hysteria, fainting, or the vapors. They may not want to watch me attempt this escape, as it could end in my certain death. And as we all know, watching a man hang is not the best entertainment.
Are you crazy?
Music, please.
Yeah, let's go!
Stay still.
Yeah!
No one disturb me.
Oh my God, I can't watch.
Right.
Holy shit!
Huh?
Shut up!
What the hell?
Someone shoot him down!
This ain't godly.
Somebody help me!
Somebody do something!
Oh my God! Get him down! He's hanging!
Damn! He hung himself after all!
Wasn't that amusing? Quite the practical joker he is. Why would we hang a man for amusement? Ridiculous! What an incredible night. I pray that you won't remember this evening for as long as you live, or at least until tomorrow when you might die of smallpox anyway. Good night, Saint Denis.
Just cooling your heels by the theater?
Hello, you need a ticket?
I need a ticket, please.
You'll find the show in either of the doors beside me.
Greetings and salutations, gentlefolk. This here's the story about a young couple from the village of Annisburg that was courting a few years after the Revolutionary War. Courting in the woods, as you know young people are wont to do. Stealing away all sneaky-like. A girl by the name of Ethel Beauchard snuck out of the parlor one evening just as soon as her mother went out to hang clothes on the line from the washing. She met up on the road by her farm with a boy by the name of Eugene Hutton. Now, the Hutton boy was an athletic chap, liked boxing, fishing, and swinging Indian clubs. It's quite singular to the story that he didn't seem all that inclined to go to war in the preceding years leading up. Well, they walked in the woods for a while. Pretty soon they lost their bearings and no longer knew the north from the south, nor east from west neither. Then they heard a low, moaning sound.
What's that terrible noise?
She said, all a-trim. Must be a sick calf looking for its mama. They've been known to bawl like that. Let me take a look, said Eugene. Well, old Eugene went and disappeared around a tree, came out the other side, and gave her a terrible fright. Boom! She let out a shriek, then went to chastising.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Eugene Hutton,
she said.
Instead of giving a girl protection, you go carry on acting foolish and fresh like the Queen's prize jester.
But right then and there, a chilly wind blew through and knocked off Eugene's hat.
I need to get back home. My mama has a terrible temper. She's like to stomp up and down if she finds out we're missing.
She is a fair, stout woman, Eugene noted. But just then, before this couple of miscreants could head home, they heard the sound of heavy wheels, groaning, and people marching. The cacophony grew closer and closer, and through the fog they could make out the shapes of ghost horses pulling spectral cannons, and dead soldiers marching as if their graves could no longer contain them, each wearing a vile red coat. You will pay for your moral transgressions, the dead soldier howled, and cut his head clean off. Miss Beauchard shrieked in horror as Eugene's head landed right in her hands, his eyes still darting about, attempting to discern what horror had transpired. Little Miss Ethel Beauchard ran as fast as she could, stumbling and getting caught on trees as she tore through the forests. Terrified for her life, the dead soldiers marching after, hungry for blood. When she returned home, she told the people of the village that an army of the dead had taken Eugene within the confines of the fog. British soldiers who died protecting tyranny were rising from their graves as if to continue the fight for the demonic English. The townspeople erupted in fright and dismay until one daughter came forth and accused her of witchcraft. She raised the dead to murder that boy for his pursuit of unwanted advances, he said. So she too must perish. And that very night, they put her to the stake and burned her dead. Now let that be a lesson to you young ones not to go courting in the woods, in case the English lurk there still.
Hope you had a nice time.
Bien bonjour, monsieur.
Enough of that. Now where's your sense of decency? I see you're as yellow-bellied as I thought.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. Hey, girl.